Welcome to SJS Arts. So in this video I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna show you quickly this new look for my channel, and then I'm also gonna do little reflecting on my talk with in art therapy that I really enjoyed. I got so much out of that chat, and I've been still getting a lot from the chat as I have watched it a couple of times since we did it. So I felt like there were some points there that would be fun to talk about. Yeah. So suddenly today, Saturday evening, I was kind of inspired to do this new kind of avatar for my channel and then this banner here. Again, I've been meaning to change my banners and avatars for the longest time as I was so bored with the old one. I mean, I kind of like the old one, but I just wanted something new. I get very quickly bored with lots of things like aesthetically. It's same with my home that I often like to change the kind of decoration on my home and stuff. So the same is the case for my YouTube banners, etc. Yeah. And while I kind of like how this new one came out, there is like a little mistake with this banner, and it's obviously you can probably see it that the first three people here are a bit bigger than the last five. So that kind of makes it look a bit kind of unbalanced and stuff. And I might do this kind of same banner again where the sizes are bit better, but I don't mind it that much, and I might not change it, but we'll see. And I'm definitely not gonna do it like immediately again because that doing a thing like this, I mean, it doesn't take too long, but it is a bit of a hassle because I do it in Paint, and Paint is obviously like that dinosaur age garbage where there isn't many options, and again making those types of pictures are a bit annoying in Paint. Yeah, but this was fairly quickly to make, so I might do this again where the people are a bit more balanced in size. Obviously these last five are pretty good, but the first three kind of stand out from the last five. So I'll go through these people. So if you don't know them, so we have Björk, one of my heroes, one of my favorite music artists. I love her style, I love her music, I love her voice, I love everything about her. So she was kind of a great choice for this. Then we have the character of Momoko from the film Kamikaze Girls that I talked about recently. And obviously, when I talked about it, I said that the aesthetic of that film is kind of like so me. It's exactly my type of aesthetic with those kind of crazy colors, and everything is so big and again colorful and insane. So I kind of wanted to have her here with this beautiful umbrella. I loved her style. Then we have Eddie from Funeral Parade of Roses that I just talked about on Chris Mohan's channel. So if you want to check that out, you can go listen to that. I had lots of fun. I made a video about that already, but yeah, go check that out. But yeah, I love Funeral Parade of Roses, so like this shot a lot. Then we of course have one of my main actor crushes, Alain Delon, and this is a picture of him from Le Samurai, the Jean-Pierre Melville film, and I'm a big fan of Melville. I'm a big fan of Alain Delon. I'm a big fan of that film, so it was a good choice. Then we have, of course, my favorite director, David Lynch. Yeah. Then we have one of my favorite music artists, John Coltrane. And obviously, I wanted to kind of represent my love for jazz here too. Then this is from that one of the Rainier Lane's paintings that I talked about in my latest painting video. I think the painting is called Stay, but I love that painting, so I kind of took this one part of the painting and put it here. Yeah, then we of course have Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls, who might be my favorite TV character of all time. She's just amazing. I love everything about her. She's the type of person that I wish I knew in real life, but I've never really met a person like that. Again, I've met people who are as intelligent as Lorelai or are as crazy as Lorelai, but I've never met people who have kind of both of those beautiful things together. So yeah. Yeah, so that's and this background I just kind of searched like colorful or something and this kind of came up with these few different nice colors. I like that background, so I decided that I'm gonna have it in the background and put these people that I love there. And obviously I decided to kind of change the color of my channel name as well. And then of course you have my avatar. Again, it has a bit of the same colors. Again, you might know where these colors come from, but they are my from my favorite flag. Yeah, basically. And again, I have the same font that I have in the banner and the same color. Yeah, again, I wanted something more colorful than the kind of blue velvet background that I used to have because I love colorful stuff. And again, these kind of crazy colors also I think kind of represent who I'm as a person, as a weirdo freak, like I have kind of said here. So I updated these two. I might again change little details here, and I wrote this fairly quickly, so there might be some grammar errors and stuff that I will look for later on. But this is basically the gist of what I have wanted to have here. So again, I'm SJ as a weirdo freak who loves all things art. On this channel, I mainly talk about cinema and music, but occasionally I also talk about other art forms like literature and painting. I might change the word painting to like visual art, but we'll see. Art means everything to me. It always helps me through personal issues and gives me happiness more than anything else in my life. Therefore, I prefer to focus on my personal connection to art rather than focusing on general analysis. Of course, if you watch my channel, you know that I like to go a bit personal sometimes to give a bit more kind of my thoughts on film that are and art that are just like very individual to me. Obviously, if you only do general analysis, you can kind of get that from other place, but I kind of want to have my channel to really represent who I am as a person. And again, as I love art, art has saved my life. I like to kind of go a bit more personal with it, but obviously I don't always go personal and I do a bit more kind of general analysis with some type of art as well. Yeah. But then I again very quickly kind of described my approach to film and music here. So I watch all kinds of films. I don't discriminate based on language, country, decade, or genre. I always try to be open-minded, but I of course have my preferences. Some of my main interests in cinema are queer cinema, world cinema, and art house cinema. So obviously, very general description. Obviously, I have, even though I'm open-minded, have very specific taste still and still have some biases, of course. Yeah. But then with music, I said that I try to be open-minded with music too. I listen to music across all genres and eras, but some of my main interests in music are extreme metal, jazz, and various types of pop music, mostly art, and dream pop slash shoegaze. So those are some of my favorite genres, but it's so hard to describe my music taste these days because I kind of listen to something from all genres, and I'm basically of the opinion that there is only two genres which are good and bad music. But again, I try to be very general here, and obviously there's a character limit here too, so I could write a little bit more there, but not much more. And I was thinking that I would add some like basic info about myself too. Like I know some people do, some people don't, but I've usually been of the opinion that I won't kind of add things like age or like whether I'm on the left or on the right or things like that. But I was thinking of adding them, and I might again I would just add like 26 slash Finnish slash student slash leftist or whatever. I would put it like that very quickly and wouldn't get into it, but we'll see again. I think there are kind of good and bad things, or not necessarily bad, but good and kind of neutral things to kind of consider whether I should put the kind of the general info here, but we'll see about it. We'll see about it. Yeah. But again, I won't change this that much, but again, I think this kind of gives a general outline what I do on my channel and what I'm like and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, this is a new look. Again, I might change it a little bit, but and again, this probably if I let's say I'm on YouTube for years to come, I will definitely this won't be the last background that I have, but I will definitely change it again at some point. But I kind of wanted to represent kind of my aesthetics with more here, with with having a more colorful background and yeah, and again I was bored of the previous one, but again I might change this a little bit to make the pictures more kind of similar size. Even though I think this looks fine, but it could look better. And yeah, but I think the avatar, I'm really happy with the avatar. But I was so shocked, like when I first again just changed this, and then I went to check my comments, for example, and I had this new avatar. It felt so weird because I have had the previous avatar for such a long time, but it will take some time getting used to. But anyway, I think I rambled on a bit too much about such a small thing, but yeah. So again, I'm now gonna talk about this again, snobbery and art appreciation. The discussion I had with Altes from Cine Art Therapy. Again, we shot that last Saturday. We talked for like 4 hours and 15 minutes, but of course the podcast itself ended up becoming 2.5 hours. We had some technical difficulties. I think it was in on my end, even though my internet was working, but for some reason the Skype decided to quit the call a couple of times and I had to make some awkward edits, even though I think the edits weren't that bad in the end. Again, they were just very small. And I think the first edit was a bit more noticeable than the second one. Yeah. And then I think the audio wasn't the best. Again, there was, again, in my end, I think Altes's audio was completely fine, but in my end, there was one time when it cut like a whole sentence and it kind of made my point really weird because the first sentence of it wasn't there, and then there were some times when I think it kind of cut like one word here and there, and then obviously when we talked over each other at times, obviously if that's something that you cannot really avoid when you do these online calls. Sometimes you just are gonna talk over the other person a little bit. So obviously in those moments the audio was a bit weird, but overall, again, technically it's okay. But like I said to Altes, that next time we do this, we should try maybe StreamYard. I know that Ronin, for example, records on StreamYard when we did the metal thing, and that seemed like really good. I haven't used StreamYard kind of myself. I've only joined StreamYard calls, but it shouldn't be too hard. Again, I have decent tech skills and computer skills, so again, I don't have any problems learning new things. I just find it sometimes really boring, but again, I have decent enough skills to very quickly learn kind of that stuff. So I'm gonna learn it for the next time we do it. Yeah, and again, we have talked with Altes that we want to do more of these podcasts. Again, we haven't set a date yet or the exact topic yet. Although we, for example, have talked about that we might do one on The Sopranos because we both love the show. And we talked about it during the recording, but also in the after talk. We were laughing a lot when we talked about Richie April, for example. The jacket! Yeah, and Altes did a really good Richie impression actually. So I think if we are gonna do it, I'm gonna have him do the impression on the recording because he did that really well. And of course, we have other ideas too. We could do some more serious topics like the snobbery and art appreciation topic. We could talk about some filmmaker or films or whatever. But I think the Sopranos might be a good thing to do because it's such a fun show to talk about both kind of in depth and seriously, but also in a more fun way where we do these quotes and talk about our favorite scenes. So I think the talk might be kind of a combination of both of those things if we end up doing it. So we will have fun, but also talk about a bit more the kind of psychological depth and stuff like that in the show too. Yeah. But we'll see again. Nothing has been set in stone yet. But again, I think Altes is probably gonna watch this video so he can also mention some topics in the comment section if he has any in mind, and you can Altes can mention if you um would be on board for the Sopranos episode. I mean, you can already said that when I commented on your channel, but you can also say if you have any ideas for that or anything. But yeah, I would definitely wanna do more talks with Altes because I think we had like really good chemistry like from the get-go. And again, both of us were a bit nervous beforehand because this was the first time we talked on like microphone. But it ended up being very easy, and I think we both got in the zone like very quickly. Yeah, there was no problems with that, and it was just so much fun. Fun again. The departed jokes never seem to get old. I did them in all three collabs that I did last week, but they were fun in every single collab. And yeah, but now I'll do some of the reflection that I mentioned again. One moment in the chat that I kind of really that really kind of caught my eye in both a way kind of humorous but also more serious way was the part it starts around at the like hour and 39-minute mark or something like that, where we start talking about bit of our like university experiences, and like when I say that I thought the university is gonna be like the OC, and then Altes says that something like that. Um, yeah, I thought that we were gonna talk about Kierkegaard's theory of this and that, but then everyone was just talking how hot Sarah Michelle Gellar is in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like that part just made me laugh in the moment, but it made me laugh even more so. Like in retrospect, again, it's just kind of says a lot about my persona. I think that I thought that the university would be like the OC. It kind of shows how I have these kind of romantic and very naive ideals about certain things. I have these big ideas of like what the word should be and again what it is, even though I was obviously completely wrong when I went to the university. It is gonna be like the OC, like the fuck was I thinking? It's so far away from the OC. And again, even in the OC, like I mean, not all of the characters are like intellectuals or anything. Even though I, I thought that again, everyone in the university would be like set. Obviously, the OC has so many characters again, like Ryan. Ryan isn't that interested in anything intellectual. I mean, he's obviously wants to be an architect, but he doesn't seem to be that interested in architectural art or philosophy or anything. Yeah, but yeah, again, I guess I have lost much of that naivety now that I'm a bit older and I've got a bit more or way more cynical and pessimistic. But it's really fun to look back at your life and kind of look at how naive and stupid you were. And it's weird how naive I was. Again, I had a pretty shitty childhood and stuff, but somehow I still had these kind of very big and romantic and naive ideas about many things. And I mean, I still do, and I'm still a romantic, and yeah, I believe in true love and soulmates and everything. Again, whether those are true or not, but but yeah, that part in the discussion I thought was so hilarious, and it just made me think a lot, and it was really fun how similar I think mine and Altes's experiences of many things have been. Like for example, the expectations for university and that kind of snobbery that we have both had in certain ways. Yeah, 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 yeah. What else? And again, I really enjoyed the part where we made fun of kind of our own snobby thoughts. Like I talked about the oceans of mass morality thing, and having those days when you consume art all day and how it's like a high, how it makes me feel so good. So again, we took the snobbery topic like pretty in a pretty light-hearted way, like we kind of had intended. And there are so many again moments in the chat that really made me laugh, and it actually kind of has inspired me to also kind of take my own humor to even more kind of big and over the top direction. As again, my viewer Tony Peaches, my little bash, has noticed when I've gone all poetic and stupid, like when I answer his comments that again he is saying something like fairly serious, although he jokes around too. But then I'm just answering, "Thank you, my little bash." Yeah, we were reading Baudelaire in Paris. Yeah, yeah, it's so much fun to do the French accent, even though it's so awful. My French accent is so awful. Yeah, but it was fun to talk about Tony so much, and again, based on Tony's comments, he seemed to be very inspired by our talk. So hopefully, me and Altes get to talk to Tony someday. But again, no pressure to Tony. But again, you are always welcome for those discussions, whether they are on the comment section or whether you sometimes feel comfortable to join us in a like a video podcast, whether it will be uploaded to YouTube or we could do it even privately. But it would be lots of fun again. Tony is one of my favorite people that I've ever met on YouTube. Again, I feel like we have so many similar opinions on art and on other things, and we have such a similar taste, especially in film, but also in music. Again, in music, if we count out my taste in metal, I think, and progressive rock, if we count out those two things, we have like extremely similar tastes in music, and we are all both interested in politics, philosophy, the human mind, painting, so many different things. So yeah. But yes, another shout out to my little bear. Life without cheese. Yeah. Um. What else? Again, I didn't prepare this at all. I just felt like shooting a YouTube video about these two things. But yeah, the Sopranos talk would be lots of fun. Although I think if we were to do a Sopranos talk, we would probably have like some like smaller sections on that podcast where we talk about something else as well. But it would be mainly about the Sopranos. And I know Altes said that he has gone back to watching the OC. So when slash if he finishes the OC, it would be really great to talk to him about that too. It would be kind of very interesting to have like one like first time at the OC talk with someone like me who has been into the OC his whole life basically. I've again watched it dozens of times front to back, so I kind of know everything about it. So that would be lots of fun as well. But anyway, I think that was all I had to say. So it wasn't that much in the end, but I think the video ended up being fairly long, even though I didn't have that much to say. Hopefully, Altes, you are watching this video. You can also write down if you have anything to add to our discussion. I mean, we of course have already have talked about it in the comment section of that podcast and stuff, but if there's anything else that you would want to add, you can let me know. Hopefully, we can do our next collaboration sometime soon. Obviously, this is the end of the year or close to the end of the year, and there's lots of things happening, but we'll see if we could do it fairly soon. It would be lots of fun. And again, hopefully, there are many more collaborations to come in the future. Yeah. I kind of feel bad in retrospect that I didn't record our after talk because there would have been a couple of parts there that would have been also fun to upload to YouTube, or even if we didn't upload them to YouTube, it would have been fun to watch them again, especially the Sopranos parts. And we even talked about sports because even a feminine weirdo freak like me is into sports like ice hockey. We talked about ice hockey. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Don't drink all the coke. My little bash. Sayonara and arigato gozaimashita.